welcome to a new team review. Today we're going to take a look at one of the most likely best teams, or in general like one of these crazy meta teams for the Remix Cup. And if you say like crazy meta teams for Remix Cup, of course you don't have like the Pokemon that you usually see in those leagues, but we have a very bulky team, like in general a very bulky core there with Diggersby and the Cresselia, in general a really good core altogether. And then we have the Froslass, which I usually use as a save swap. Sometimes I use the Cresselia as a save swap depending on the lead we see, but both of them are totally fine. And I just wanted to try this team out because I kind of wanted to showcase Cresselia actually, but then I thought, okay, yeah, actually it's very important to showcase Froslass because Froslass is going to have such a huge impact in general in this season. Like Froslass is most likely the Pokemon that you most want to look into, maybe next to Macago, because Froslass also has play in so many metas right now. Like Macago gonna have play in this meta, is one of the best Pokemon, so that's why I said you should build one for this year. This meta is one of the best. Then you have the Love Cup where it's one of the best Macago, and also the Johto Cup where Macago gonna be one of the best Pokemon that you can play. So yeah, that's why Macago is one of the Pokemon that you kind of want to have in your teams or in general as an option to use at least. And Froslass is basically the same. You have Froslass here in the Remix Cup where it's one of the best Pokemon, like it's such a good save swap, like literally there's nothing that wants to swap into that. There are only a few Pokemon that completely hardwall the moveset there, like Shadow Ball and Avalanche are both like firm types. They're really good offensively, so they don't have a lot of types that resist that. And in general they have like good synergy together, so only Pokemon like, I don't know, Steel Dark type or Water Dark type can resist those moves, or like a Water Normal type like a Bibarel, which is actually a good counter to that, which was I think actually the case that a lot of people played that before. I think during the Holiday Cup last year. Bibarel was one of the best Pokemon actually. I might try that out again, but I think it lost some kind of viability there nowadays, because I don't think the meta gonna be so around the Alone Maverick either. Basically that was the hardest counter there. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a meta review for the Holiday Cup as well soon, so keep an eye for that. But yeah, you have like for Holiday Cup, this thing is amazing. It's like ranked, I don't know, rank 50 or something. It's one of the best save swaps again in Holiday Cup. And then you're having the Sinnoh Cup coming on. Let me look real quick where it's in the Sinnoh Cup. It's not out officially by PvPoke, but you can still make your own rankings there. And it's there at rank 17, so definitely awesome, very, very, very good there. So definitely something you should take a look at and definitely invest into it, especially because they're currently spawning a little bit more often. So you should get one right now. So yeah, Froslass just in general is so good. I saw actually people before running that thing with Crunch now, because Crunch got buffed and yeah, there's Crunch as well, which no one really knows. But I wouldn't recommend it to you. Like Avalanche and Shadow Ball together is such a good moveset already, which yeah, like there's nothing really that really wants to take it here again against Noctowl. You always win basically because you get to the move so fast. Avalanche is a clone for Psystrike basically, I think. It's the same damage per energy and the same like energy you need in general, so it's actually as good as Mewtwo's signature move, which like not a lot of people know. Most of the time the problem with Avalanche is getting to the move as fast as Mewtwo, because there are not a lot of moves that are that good, like Psycho Cut in terms of energy generation. But Powder Snow does a little bit more damage than the Psycho Cut, for example, but generates also a very decent amount of energy with 4 per turn. So yeah, in general, it's such a good Pokemon. Like if you haven't got that yet, you definitely want to look into it, because it's good in this cup, it's gonna be good in Sinnoh Cup, it's gonna be good in the Holiday Cup. I guess it's a little bit less interesting than the Macago, because for a lot of people, like the end game cups are the most important thing. Here actually you see the matchup against Macago, which is hilarious. I think it was this matchup. Was it? Ah no. He goes to a Rock Tomb. I think he uncharged there, but this allows me to get to another move, and my opponent thought, maybe it's a Shadow Ball shields, and bye-bye. So we can farm all the way down with our Diggersby. We don't have to care about anything. I might shield the Overheat. I don't. It's a Rock Tomb even. That's really good for us. And we can swap out. He has the Wish Castle and goes into a perfect swap into Dragalge, but this catch didn't really matter too much, I think, because Psycho Cut plus Moonblast already puts him into range there where I can farm down afterwards, I think. That's gonna be a little bit tough though. If you have to shield here, it's an awkward here. Good bait there. I don't think I have to shield here anymore. But yeah, Cresselia is also kind of the Pokemon I wanted to showcase as well. Here we catch the move perfectly. Goodbye to the Mud Bomb. We can go for one Earthquake, and now he's in a very bad spot because he kind of has to shield something soon. So we're just gonna go for Fire Punches all the way. He doesn't shield this, but we have a Moose Dart. We got to this Fire Punch in time, so bye-bye. He doesn't shield this, and we're gonna win this game. Next up, we're gonna have Empoleon. Okay, that's kind of difficult matchup for me in the lead as well. Like, you don't really want to face Empoleon with this team whatsoever. There's not really a lot of things I can do there against it. Just try to get the damage onto my Cresselia, but we were actually able to get to another move here, which put him into Fire Punch range, which I definitely like. I saw some people in that range running Hydro Pump still, so I was like, okay, I just rather shield that real quick, even though we would have taken that easily, but it's totally okay. We got the Noctowl out of the way, which is also good. And we can go for... I didn't really want to throw this move, to be honest. I was kind of hoping I could swap out in time, but I couldn't. But we're going to be able to farm down in time, which is nice. And I think I underestimated this Empoleon. Yep, we lose TMP against him, which is very sad. So yeah, I don't think he's going to shield this, and now we're in a really bad spot. He goes into a Dragalge, we get to another move. But at this point, Diggersby should be able to get to an Earthquake in time. We don't really care about one Aqua Tail, and unless it's like Hydro Pump or Outrage, we will easily survive that. And this is just the Aqua Tail. We can go for the Earthquake, and of course, that one-shots. Good game there. Another Empoleon lead. Empoleon is also one of the Pokemon that you kind of want to take a look at as well. It's only going to be viable for this cup and for the other cup, the Sinnoh Cup. For the Sinnoh Cup, it's most likely one of the, if not the best Pokemon, because you're going to be able to counter a lot of things just because of the main typing. You have a good coverage, so you can actually hit like all the Toxicroak as well with the Drill Peck. But if you think about it, like what's going to be the core meta there in the Sinnoh Cup? You have Cresselia, you kind of beat. You have Bastion, you beat hard, and then you have something like the Skuntank, you beat hard as well, and then you have something like the Drapion, which you also beat. So like Empoleon gonna be one of the best Pokemon in the Sinnoh Cup. I definitely think I'm gonna do a lot of Team Circle on this Pokemon. It's gonna be so good. Like honestly, it's one of the best Pokemon that you can use, and I think that might be even the first Pokemon I can showcase there. I wish there was like an option to get a Darkrai from research, so we could get Darkrai for Great League. I think level 15 Darkrai should be able to go there. Would have been a hilarious pick for the Sinnoh Cup. I don't think there's a lot of spice that you can run in Sinnoh Cup, sadly. Like you can play Roserade, which is cool. But yeah, Darkrai, let me see real quick. Darkrai at level 15. Actually, you'd need... I think at level 15 it's fine. Let me see real quick. If you get a bad one from a research at level 15, you might actually be able to... Oh no, I don't think you actually can get a Darkrai for Great League ever, even if you get it in research. No, not possible, sadly. Unless it's like from Giovanni or something, it's not going to be able to get a Darkrai for Great League. It's kind of sad, but it wouldn't be good anyway. But would have been a fun pick for the Sinnoh Cup, but won't happen anyway soon. But yeah, like what do you really have as spice in the Sinnoh Cup? I don't really see a lot of things there. You can run Bibarel, I guess, but this is also a pretty decent Pokemon still. I think Bibarel is also going to be a little bit of a spicy, sneaky pick, which you can use against a Bastion, but there's like something like Empoleon is just better in this matchup, basically. Like there's not really another reason for Bibarel, unless you want to counter Drifblim. But now I'm talking too much about the next Sinnoh Cup, so I should talk maybe a little bit more about the current status. And yeah, we're facing a Steelix here right now, which is kind of interesting, but we can go for some Krasnods, and we have literally no problem anymore with our Diggersby anyway. Here's Machamp, but we can go for the Earthquake. I don't know why my opponent didn't throw a charge move there, because he definitely was at the cross chop already. But like this, we're going to be able to survive this crunch. We're going to be able to go for a Fire Punch to win this game. I don't think we should have been able to win this game, honestly. It was a hard counter against my team anyway, but like the Machamp definitely had a move start already, and I don't know why I didn't throw there. But thanks for that opponent, very well, like for me in general. Here we have the Ninetales against us. He stays in there, and I was like, okay, I can just go straight for the Earthquake. I don't think, yeah, anything happens. I either get a shield or win the lead matchup. He stays in, goes for another Weather Ball. I know that I survive another one, so I'm just gonna go for another Earthquake here, and bye-bye. So we have a shield advantage and switch advantage, basically. And we just give it up because it's a Hypno, and we're gonna win anyway because my opponent just surrenders, because for him at this point it was already over, I guess. But yeah, we have Leprosy against us. It's a bit of tough Pokemon Lapras because you kind of cannot really do anything against it with your Froslass either. So you can go for a Shadow Ball and put them low, but not really in a decent spot. He shields twice, which is interesting. And we're going to be able to get to another Shadow Ball because of the lag there, which is nice. But still going to be a little bit tough. We have a shield advantage. We can go into our Cresselia. My opponent goes into his Froslass. And we're just going to go for Fire Punches and hope that he cannot farm me down in time here. And one Fire Punch doesn't do half, sadly. Like, we do a little bit less. And we can go for another one. I think he can farm me down. I think that's going to be a loss. Yeah, we barely doesn't get to the move when we have to shield here. It's gonna be a Shadow Ball. He swaps out into Kaiwei. Yeah, just gonna surrender there. There was nothing I can do there. There was a kind of hard counter. Speaking of hard counter, here we have a decent lead against our opponent, which is really nice. So we can align the Cresselia against the Lapras, which is usually a good matchup for the Cresselia. I'm just gonna go for the shield there as well, because either I get the Skullbush, which does a lot of damage, and yeah, basically waste a lot of energy for him, or I get the Surf, and both of them are fine for me because then I can still hit my Grass Knot for full damage and not like after the boost from the Skullbush, so we are fine there. My opponent goes to Machamp, which was interesting and kind of scary for me at the same time. I kind of have to put some tricks there, catch the move into the Froslass, because he had already so much energy that he could have just went for the Rock Slide anyway, but I don't know why he just went the whole way for Cross Chop, which is fine for me because right now we can either KO this thing or put him into range. We're just gonna KO this thing here, and we still have like enough health and energy on our DGSP to get to a Fire Punch and KO this thing. So I know why you did there, like just go once for the Rock Slide and you're fine. This matchup is kind of tough. I think I misplayed this game. Like, the thing with the Sandshrew is you can either get hit by Night Slash, which gives them a boost chance, or you can get hit by a Blizzard, which is just gonna obliterate everything. And in general, Sand Slash is really good against my team. Like, it destroys my Froslass, it destroys my Cresselia, and only my DGSP can really do a little bit against it, but even then doesn't really do that much. But we get the shield here. Maybe we can go for the Fire Punch. He actually didn't swap out in time, which is nice. He is a very, very low, and I thought, okay, even though it's a Blizzard, I still have my Cresselia. It's a Blizzard, and my opponent is a Noctowl, and I don't know how this is gonna go now. I think my opponent catched a move at the end like crazy. I thought my opponent had more energy still on the Sandshrew, so I had to overfarm a little bit at the end here, I think. And because my opponent also overfarmed on the Noctowl, yeah, he perfectly catches the move there. And if he didn't catch the move and I just like went for a little bit more energy there, I would have been fine. I basically missed out on one turn there to get to the Grass Knot, and it's kind of unfortunate that we lost this game. Very good to catch from my opponent, but still, yeah, if he didn't catch there, he would have lost this, so well played there, I guess. Swalos is a little bit of a problem as well for this team, but I mean, also not really. You have like the Ice type, which is decent against it. Actually, you always lose on the 2 shields, but you get at least 2 shields from the Swalos, or Swilos, whatever. And then you have the Cresselia in the back, which at least if shields are down can go for a Moonblast and you're fine. But still, it's a little bit tricky. We can farm down this thing. He goes into Kofak, and I have to hope that I can catch the move. Did work out pretty well, but it's only a Psychic, so he wanted to throw a move, I guess. And yeah, at this point, it's gonna be a little bit tricky. I was like hoping, okay, maybe I can go for an Earthquake here, get a shield. Maybe he doesn't throw immediately, and I can go for another Moonblast here against this thing and Winston P or whatever. He doesn't throw, which is nice. And now I just have to hope that I somehow can get to 2 Moonblasts and a good KO Kofak Regas. Which kind of looks like it, but I can only get to a Grass Knot, and this is gonna be a good game. Well played, but yeah, Kofak is kind of a problem for the backline, of course. Into the last game, we're gonna have a very nice mirror lead there. I'm just gonna swap out immediately because my backline is good against DGSP. There's literally no reason for me to stay in there if you have an ABB line anyway. Like, I kind of want to get out the dark types because Froslass is actually pretty decent against Drapion and whatever anyway. And against this Shadow Gyarados, we're just gonna be able to KO him and win switch advantage back. But we're gonna be able to shield up this Earthquake anyway, as yeah, Earthquake gonna hurt a lot. So I just wanted to save my energy for that. Opponent goes for another Earthquake. Okay, that's a little bit less than half. I can go for my Earthquake. I know they're gonna KO him with 2. I can get to my second one in time. So now we have a Diggersby and a Cresselia against whatever he has in the back. It's a mug, and we're gonna win this game easily. Thanks all for watching. I should have already thrown there, but yeah, that's me. Thanks all for watching. See you in the next video. And right now, I don't know when this video comes up because a lot of things are pre-produced right now, just so I get ahead of time. And yeah, see you in the next video, whatever it's gonna be.